disrespect because you don't respect them. But honor will not allow you to disrespect, even if the respect is limited. Okay? Also, too, to dishonor, it can affect your prayers. Let's quickly go to 1 Peter. Like I said, this is just a little intro, as we always do. 1 Peter, 3rd chapter, verse number 7. 1 Peter, 3rd chapter, verse number 7. Says, likewise, ye husbands. Now, it's saying husbands, but that doesn't mean a wife. Okay? So, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Those who have Amplified Bibles, it says, in the same way you married men should live considerably with your wives with an intelligent recognition of the marriage relation, honoring the woman as physically the weaker, but realizing that you are joint heirs of the grace of God, unmerited favor of life, in order that your prayers may not be hindered and cut off. Otherwise, you cannot pray effectively. Now, obviously, hindered prayers are prayers that never get answered. When one's prayer has been hindered or has been stopped, that's a prayer that has not been answered or has not manifested, because hindered prayers don't get answered. So Peter is more or less saying here, when there's dishonor. Now, I understand it's saying husband. Now, keep in mind, when it talks about the bride of Christ, that's referring to men. So don't get a play with words. Okay? So it goes both ways for husband and wife. And when there's dishonor in that relationship, he's saying, your prayers can be hindered. And hindered prayers are unanswered prayers. Okay? Now, some ways of even dishonoring a spouse could be making them feel ignorant or inferior. In other words, some folks, and this can work both ways, not just an aggressive husband, but same way with a wife. In other words, you don't know anything. Or some would say, without me, you nothing. See, that's dishonor. That's to make them feel low, make them feel inferior, make them feel incompetent, make them feel ignorant, when you do things like that. Also, two ways of dishonoring the spouse. Embarrassing them, especially in front of others. You got to be careful with that. You don't, even if you're going through things, and most marriages, and we've been pretty open and transparent in some things out of these 30 years. But one of the things we did not do is we did not publicly embarrass each other. Now, there were times early on, years ago, somebody say years ago, where we'd come to church, we wasn't even talking.
That's true.
We wasn't talking in the house.
And now I was a Sunday school teacher.
Yeah, and I'm a deacon, teaching Sunday school too at the time, Yep. We weren't talking to each other. Now, I was jacked up and wrong, so But however, the public really didn't know. See, because I was taught years ago, you don't have your dirty laundry. Leave that dirty laundry at home.
Amen. Amen. But the thing about it, too, is that when you openly disrespect each other, you really saying, devil, come on in. It's like an open invitation for the devil to come on in, because you just gave him an open door for anybody to see the weakness of relationship. You letting everybody see that y'all not together. You letting everybody see that, hey, there's an opening door for if I was attracted to your husband or your mate, oh wow, I can be that leaning board now. Now you'd be amazed who attractive to your mate. You won't know it until you go in trouble. Then you say, oh my God, I didn't think she was looking at her. I didn't think he was looking at her. Based on you openly rebuked each other in public. And it's just like an open door, or telling Satan, come on in, Satan. Come on and sit down. Let's have a seat. Come and dine with us for a few days. And this is what you do. And then, you're just saying, well, I can't control my emotion. Oh, you control your emotion. You can control your emotion if you know tomorrow you'll be divorced.